it. There it goes. All right. Hey there, everybody. How y'all doing? All right. Welcome back to another around 30 minutes. And tonight I got another special guest. I always say it's a special guest, but everybody's special in their own little way. That's what their mom says. You know what I think? So I have with me tonight is the chairman himself.
Ooh.
Um, how you doing, fella?
How you doing? How you doing, Matt? How you doing?
Yeah. You've been all right? You just got done doing a show? Are you relaxed and everything ready for this?
Yeah, yeah. Dave wasn't on tonight, so he didn't beat me up too much.
He wasn't? Where was he at?
I think he's under the weather. He's not feeling so great. So
Oh, I didn't.
yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Now I ain't gonna watch the show now because Dave ain't on it. There ain't no
yeah,
point in
yeah, yeah.
watching
Don't
it.
watch the show. Dave's not on it.
Who was everybody else on then?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's
Everyone
good.
else, the whole other crew was on.
That's good. JD, he's a good guy, man. Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. He told me to tell you to say hello. So
he ain't gonna watch? Come on, JD.
probably not. They're they just
Yeah,
hang out and they're hang out because they're so cool and everything. Those
yeah.
cool guys.
Oh, we're not the cool guys. We can't do the
Nah, nah,
hangout.
nah, nah,
We should have
nah.
just done a hangout. Like, we could have done a live hangout, just invite everybody in and thing. But
Just
JD, I'm sorry, go
go
on.
ahead. No, no, go ahead, man.
Oh, but JD couldn't watch me.
Hmm.
I still need to hit up him. He's trying to do a design for me for my, I guess, shirts or something or whatever, or a logo or something. I don't have a logo, and I would like to have a logo. I
Oh,
guess
okay.
that'd be pretty cool. So I'm working with him,
Yeah,
and
he knows how to scribble a little bit.
oh, he's awesome. We got Lord Nagatron in there as always. He's a good dude. Got G Money.
Oh,
Got There's a Desi B. I got a girl. Hey,
hey, hey.
it's always the first time for everything. Yay! Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much for coming in. Do me a big favor, hit that like button. It helps the channel and all that good stuff. And yeah, and I just love doing this. So we got Dom here tonight. So first question I always ask is, what do you collect? I know you collect Transformers, but is there
Oh
any other
God.
lines that you do other
I don't
than
think
Transformers?
I don't even think my close any of the guys know how much or what I collect in its entirety.
Really?
Yeah, I collect a lot, Matt.
Well, hey, let's split them out then. We got to
Okay,
know
so
about you, man.
I
We got to know about
obviously
you.
Transformers. I collect Star Wars 6-inch figures.
Hmm.
I collect also Marvel Legends.
Okay.
I collect Mezco. I also do Hot Toys, Star Wars, and Marvel characters
Yeah.
from the universe.
Okay.
I collect. What do I collect? I collect Pacific Rim, and I'm not like a phase Pacific Rim. I actually bought the first NECA
Phase.
figures. If you own those NECA figures and the monsters of the NECA figures, they're pretty cool. So
Okay.
I got in when the first movie came out. The NECA did a whole
Oh,
line.
did you? Yeah, you slid in there first.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But did appreciate this the second wave of figures. They were pretty cool, better articulated and all that stuff. But they're
Hmm.
NECA's more known for sculpt than articulation. So
Yeah.
um,
Lord Necatron, do you buy any of the flame toys? Have you bought any of those yet?
no, I have not.
What?
I've did not
Mm.
buy Flame Toys Drift and Tarn is definitely more interesting to me. But like, if I would have bought anyone, I would have bought Drift. I'm more closer to that character than
Mm.
anything else.
Good
But
figures.
that what is it? That what is it? Victory Saber
Star
one
Saber?
looks yeah. That
Yeah.
Star Saber one looks really good. I don't
It's
know
gonna
whether
be
I'm.
500 bucks at
Yeah,
least.
yeah, yeah. So
I may be out on that one. I don't know. I have the Tarn coming in hopefully Thursday,
okay.
and I'm really excited. But and I love the drift. The drift is beautiful. It's one that it's awesome. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
Dave. I know Dave got his hands on the Tarn. He said it's wonderful. He's trying to.
Oh, did he?
He's
Oh,
already
good.
trying to encourage me to buy it. So
Easy.
yeah.
That's good. That's good, dude. Do y'all talk all the time? Y'all live close to each other, don't you?
He lives in Long Island, so I have family out there. So I usually
Oh,
sometimes stop by at his house, say hello.
gotcha.
But what else do I collect? I collect Mythic Legions. Yes, I'm on that bandwagon. Uh,
Of
I
course.
I love that stuff. I do Power Rangers Legacy figures. I collect that too.
Oh, dang,
Um,
dude.
and then what else do I collect? Uh,
Picture
said Myth.
frames?
Yeah,
Picture
yeah,
frames?
yeah, picture frames. And He-Man. I collect He-Man, the Filmation
Oh,
series, and I
okay.
do a little bit of the classics. More recent stuff. Like I haven't dived back and bought a bunch of the old classics that Matty Collectors did. I
Hmm.
do some of the Ultimates, and I bought the new classic one that had the Filmation heads.
Yeah. Yeah, I know
The
what you're talking about.
so and that's about it. I think that's kind of like, and all the little other stuff that I collect. I do some World of Nintendo figures. I tend to pick up
Okay.
those because
Yeah.
I love them.
A lot of people are
Nintendo.
getting into those. I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
people. Yeah, I see T Man. He's gotten into them, and
Yeah.
some other people have gotten into them. That
I've been
cool. I
collecting it.
mean,
I've been collecting them since like they first came out. So I just
nice.
picking them up, and when they come, they're not that bad. It's a $10 figure, so you can't go
Yeah, well,
wrong.
that's why I collect the NECA stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, $30. It's they're okay, and I love
Yeah.
them. So, hey, that's a lot of stuff, man. Where do
Yeah.
you must have a huge house.
No, no,
Um,
no, no. I do
no,
not. That's the problem. That's the problem, Matt. I
yeah,
need a
that's the
huge
problem for
house.
everybody. That's the problem for everybody. If you're a
So,
hoarder,
yep.
or I'm sorry, collector.
Yeah.
Put the little
Either way,
bunny ears.
collecting is gathering. So.
It is. Are you tote life like Brian used to be?
I am. I tend to have a lot of my stuff in storage,
Hmm.
and then currently I'm in the process of trying to display my stuff. So
Gotcha. Well, I'd love to see your display, man. I never
yeah.
seen your stuff. So that goes to another question: is you're a seller,
Hmm.
correct? You sell stuff and everything. So, um, let me see what I write. It said, do you sell everything? Like, I mean, I know I've seen your booth at TFCon. You've had you have stuff in the Transformers, you have Star Wars. So, do you sell everything that you possibly can? I mean, do you just sell certain lines, or you just sell the Star Wars and Transformers?
I just typically stay with Star Wars, Marvel Legends, and Transformers. Like I
Um,
just hit the three major ones. So
nice.
um, I'll sell if I have an extra Mezco to sell, or I picked up extra Mezco, and or Dave backed out of a deal with me, and I have to sell his because he doesn't want it
What?
anymore. No, 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 that's all a joke. But
Yes. Okay.
he just basically he anything like Star Wars, Marvel Legends, or Transformers, I typically majority sell. A little bit of third party, and I really didn't get into the third party stuff. I thought it was very risky.
Mm-hmm.
With regards to picking up that product or finding a wholesaler to buy from,
Yeah.
and flipping it and selling it at shows, because there's so many people doing it. So I just felt like
Yeah.
I would never compete. So
Yeah. Well,
you
that's
know.
understand. Brian says you got some grand ideas for a display, man. So it's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My original idea was to how people would just like display their a lot of MP collect like a lot of masterpiece collectors here, like in the realm. They
Hmm.
got into it because they masterpiece regenerated their interest in Transformers. But
Right.
as you and me, we go back like Bakan, and I'm
I started
classics.
2000. Yeah,
Yeah,
2000,
like
2001.
classics and
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. So like I always felt like I wanted to display like a just character specific, like a evolution of where the character went in regards to toy
Nice.
lines. So I was
I
always
thought about doing
thinking,
that.
of doing like your original G1 Optimus Prime, the classics Optimus Prime, and the masterpiece Optimus Prime, and just do it like
Oh yeah,
a homage to that one character in one display case.
yeah. I was gonna start. I actually brought that up with Bobby and them about doing
Mm.
that in a DTOF. Just had like
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
G1 and everything, but it just didn't look right. I tried the star screens and it just, I don't know. It just didn't look right to me.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
took that shit and everything.
when I began collecting, I guess I don't know whether my tastes were. I was always going back looking for the G1 figures when I started, and
Mhm.
I shortly realized that there was actually still some of them selling for sealed in its original packaging. So
Yeah.
I actually started buying G1 sealed in the original packaging, and then I just
Really?
collected those stuff. So I was
You still
always
got
one.
those?
Yep, yep. I still got
Do you
them.
have a star screen by chance?
I do have a Scotch Stream.
Stop.
Yep.
Come on now. My birthday
Yep.
it was a couple months ago, but just saying that's one of my holy grail figures. I'm just,
Yeah, no, I
uh,
got a lot of people's holy grail
dude,
figures. But
that's one of my, I would love to have a mint seal box,
it,
Starscream.
it's funny because it's like when I talk to people about my G1 seal collection, it's mostly due to being at the right place at the right time. So a lot of those figures I picked up, you know, for prices that before the movie came out. So when
Hmm.
the movie hit, those G1s went crazy,
Yeah,
skyrocketed.
pretty
And
much.
then
Yeah.
but I was buying them for like MP3, I mean MP prices. So like masterpiece
Man,
prices and third party prices that we see it now these days. So
yeah, that's one of my holy grails, man. Lord Necatron said that's a sweet birthday gift. Hint,
yeah,
hint,
yeah.
y'all. Just saying. Anyway, so what do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy selling or collecting?
Collecting. I was a collector first. Yeah,
What a
selling came second to regards the fact that I just wanted some means to um, just mitigate my cost in regards to spending on my collection. So
gotcha.
I just used it as, hey, I'm at these stores anyway. If I can pick up some exclusives that, I can get and sell them for a little bit and then use that extra money that I make to buy exclusives that I can't get.
Right.
So it was kind of my methodology that I was using to basically, lower it as much as I don't have to dip into my paycheck that I got from work. So
Well, that's awesome. So you weren't so you didn't do anything this past TFCon, right? Have you sold in
no,
Chicago before?
I have. I sold at the first TFCon in Chicago
Oh,
when
okay,
they were in
okay.
the basement. Remember,
Yeah, that was the
that
first one.
hotel. I think the first one was in the basement, and the second one in Chicago was on the up the top
Mhm.
floor.
Yeah, yeah. I
I think
remember.
at the
I was there.
time, I think at the time they were having a supernatural convention on the top floor.
Yep, I remember
So,
that. Yep, I remember.
so
Yeah, I remember the
lot
basement.
of pretty girls. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But it was assholes and elbows in that
yeah,
little
yep, yep.
basement, man. I remember that. But that was our first one. That's the first time I got to meet the boys from Sharecast and everything, and that was the rim wasn't really around that. I don't think. I think there was, but not very big at all back then.
Yeah. Like I unfortunately, I've been going to NJCC for a while. Like I've been going there for a long time. And when I got caught into the realm and got word of the realm, I was watching some YouTube videos and
Yeah, that's a good
Dust.
question. How did you get into the rim? Did
It
they
was
find you, or did you find them?
I actually found them.
Okay.
I was basically watching YouTube. I would always do it, once an NJCC show concluded, I would,
Hmm.
search YouTube for NJCC, see who people went there, who
Yeah.
taped what, and stuff like that. And then I think Dust did one of his walkarounds,
Yeah.
and
Hmm. Yeah.
that's when I picked up the realm and kind of grew from there. Like, just started watching the show. Watched that. I watched Shadowcast Uncut, and
Who?
then and then from there I
Yeah, I
watched,
forget those guys, man.
you know watched a bunch of them, and then like other thing. Like I really wasn't into watching YouTube, and
Yeah.
for a long portion of my collecting. Most of my information was coming from the boards and Cybertron.com, whatever the case may be.
Gotcha.
And just looking at that news and seeing what's popping up, and usually going to BotCon and hearing what's coming up. And
Hmm.
back in the day, BotCon allowed third party stuff, and then eventually
Hmm. A
once
little bit. Yeah.
Hasbro put in their
Yeah.
two
Once they put
cents,
their stamp on it, it
yeah,
was yeah.
they
I
kind of
remember.
had a you know
I only went to four, and I think at the later ones I were going to, they were starting to crack down on the third
yeah.
party stuff.
I started going there in '97. I think that was it
Oh,
was
that day that's 2008 was I went to
yeah.
eight to 12, and
I
yeah,
think
I remember that. I remember them. That one year they said that no third party was going to be allowed to off. There were some mad
yeah.
people. There were some because that's what they were selling. A lot of the stuff were selling real good and everything.
Yeah. I remember TF Source was it was a big hit for him because
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
a lot there.
BBTS and stuff was
BBTS was a big
yeah.
hit for them, so
Mhm.
it was a change. But like anything else, once you get sponsored by Hasbro like that, and
Yeah, well, it's
you have to
understandable. Yeah,
appease the masses.
that's true. That's true. Lord Negatron wants to ask you if your house was burning, what toy would you what one toy would you grab out of all that stuff you got?
Well, my whole G1 collection's in a like a safe like a safe storage area.
Okay, there you go.
No,
There you go.
no, yeah. No, I would probably save my G1 Soundwave. That was a
Oh,
my number one figure that I remember as a kid and that I played a lot with.
yeah.
So that has some special meaning to
Oh,
myself and
that's awesome.
what I like.
So, let me ask you. So, speaking of, what you grab? So, who's your favorite character? Soundwave, your favorite character?
Soundwave was my favorite character, and then Optimus Prime shortly after.
Gotcha.
And then like I just love Soundwave and its minions, and
So do you
That
grab
was
everything that Soundwave? Like I grab everything Starscream. Don't matter. Even
not
the soap
necessary.
or
No,
something.
no. Like I don't lean to one, character. Like I've gotten most of all sound waves that came out,
Mm-hmm.
through the years. I have, I am a completist at heart. So
Oh,
when I collect, if I collect a wave, like a line, I collect the whole line. So
oh, got you, got you.
so I
You are a chug collector, correct? You
yes, I
do.
am a truck collector.
Nice. High five.
Thank you. I'm
I
still
just
out
high
there.
five the
Yep, love
thing, whatever.
love the chugs.
Yeah, I love. I'm always. I don't know. I got some new stuff tonight. I found the Sage, the little smaller mini, like
Yeah.
the mini things. I found them tonight, so I'm
I
excited.
just I just I just grew up to the point where like I was collecting during that time when they were on pegs. Like so I remember
Mm-hmm,
walking into Toys R Us,
mm-hmm.
walking into Walmart, Target, and seeing them on the pegs. I remember Toys R Us had the whole aisle filled with movie stuff and chug stuff, and it was like it was the golden age of where you can
Oh yeah.
just enjoy Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what in my last review I just said that this line has it's refreshing. It's a good
Hmm.
line, and everybody's looking forward to it. And I think that and it's a lot of buzz on it that are people are really excited for this line because it's got some good stuff and everything. I'm enjoying it. The three I've got so far that I've opened, I love. They're really good toys.
Yeah, I think it's a classics point to 2.0 kind of feel.
Nice.
Like I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
it's who it's our class. It's like a next generation's classics. I think for a lot of
Yeah.
people. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think
because I
it's
remember
great.
when going to classics the first wave, like Rodimus I think was in
Hmm.
there, and
Rodimus,
Ewok.
Starscream,
Yeah, Starscream and all that stuff.
uh,
Just walking into
was
Walmart's and seeing that.
yep,
Oh,
Nerf
good
gun,
stuff.
Megatron.
Exactly. Yeah, the
Yeah.
purple and yellow, or what color was it? Purple, white, and some other stuff. Yeah.
I think it was
Uh,
the color of the rainbows.
yeah, exactly. So, how is it that whenever you come home from a long day of work, whatever, how do you relax, man?
Uh, I love toy hunting, dude. It's just relaxing to me for some
Okay.
reason. I don't know why. I zone out and um, granted it's frustrating sometimes, but like once you find something that you're truly looking for,
Yeah.
you get that that adrenaline and just basically want to get that feeling again when you find something. So I think
Oh yeah.
toy hunting for me is very relaxing. I typically do it on weekends when I have a time too,
Nice.
whether
Yeah.
if I'm not hanging out with family or anything like
Got
that.
you.
So, but and I all the guys say that I live in the land of milk and honey, and here in central New
Do you
Jersey.
have a set place that you like? Do you know that you're gonna go to? Like, do you have a set places that you go?
Dude, Matt, I can like within like a 10, I would say 10-mile radius. There's like three
Wow.
Targets. I got four Walmarts.
Damn.
I got a crap load of Game Stops. Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But obviously, for all that convenience that I have here, the
Hmm.
cost of living is just crazy,
Yeah, I understand.
crazy. So
I understand. Yeah, y'all
it
way up
comes
there.
it comes with a price.
It does. It does. But yeah, and that's cool. I never really heard anybody say that they relax whenever they go on toy hunting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
toy hunting. Just let me. I just go in the car. Just turn on
Yeah.
some YouTube podcasts and listen to my favorite shows and just drive around, hit up a couple stores.
Yeah.
Make a day of it and just enjoy and not have to worry about work or
That's
life or
awesome.
anything like that. Just worry about toys.
Yeah, Sportivus said hi. He said Dom is in the retail store heaven. Now, does your wife collect anything? Is she a
No,
collector?
no, she does not. She
Mine
does
either.
not.
Mine doesn't either.
Yes, my wife is supports to a point. God bless her. God
Exactly.
bless her. God bless her.
Exactly.
Believe me, she's put up with a lot.
Hmm.
My house has definitely seen its toy. I would say throw ups where like I just had toys all over the place because I'm
Hmm.
I'm getting ready for a show or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and believe me, I work 60 hours a week at my job. So
Yeah.
like sometimes putting away those toys tends to linger for weeks and months on end. So
Oh yeah. I've left stuff out. My wife be like, I mean, she'll let it go, and then she'll look at me like, "It doesn't. Does that need to be there?" Okay.
yeah, get the looks.
Let me see if she's in here. She's not looking. Okay, good. She's not looking. But yeah, she'll be like, I don't think this belongs here. So yeah, I try to extend it as far as I can into
Yeah.
everything.
She like when we were dating though, she knew like, I took her to a BotCon. She experienced the
Oh,
BotCon.
cool. I
So
took one. I took her to Pasadena in 2010.
that's a good one to take. I took my wife to Pasadena in 2000, I think 7. I think I can't remember
No,
which. I
seven
think
was
I
Rhode Island.
was it Rhode Island. I can't remember
Pasadena was
which.
10 and or 9. No, I'm sorry. I took her in '09, and 10 was Florida. 11 was Pasadena again.
Yeah, I think it was the second one I went with her. I can't remember. It was the second or third because I know they did 3 Pasadenas, and
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I
I didn't
can't
make the
remember whether it was the
third one.
second or the third one. But we made it. I made it whole. Like the way I did it was I made it a vacation so that we went there a week earlier and we hit up Long Beach.
Oh, nice.
We did Catalina. We went into the island of Catalina.
Oh,
And
nice.
the Catalina wine mix are very famous and
It
Step
is.
Brothers. Yeah.
It is awesome. It is. It is. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I take. We did. Okay. We didn't meet till 10, so it was 11. I took her to the second one. I'm sorry. God, I can't even remember.
I can't.
Uh, I
There's
went to
so
the
many of
'09
them.
by myself. I flew out to by myself to the '09, and then I went to Florida. We drove down to Disney World, me and a friend of mine,
Okay.
and I actually asked my wife to be my girlfriend at that time on the
Oh
phone.
wow. Oh wow.
That's how lame it was because I was just so
You probably
excited.
were excited. You were excited.
Oh, I was seeing so many Transformers, and then
It's like
11.
this is my chance right now, and I'm doing it.
We was on the phone, and I was like, "Would you be my girlfriend?" And I'm like, "It's just
That's
retarded."
perfect. Perfect.
But
Perfect.
then 11, then yeah, it was back in Pasadena, and then I asked her to go with me, and so we went to
Gotcha.
California.
Gotcha.
Really nice.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah. We did her vacation, and then the weekend was my vacation. So, but
Nice.
she found it. She found it. That was the first one that she went to. So like she found it very amusing.
That's
Uh,
good.
a lot of people were. Not a lot, but like a couple kids came up to her asking her if she was Megan Fox, and she took that as a compliment, I guess.
Now, hey, how you doing? We went, and this was her first. Me and my wife. This was her first TFCon. Was this past TFCon?
Okay, great. Yeah, yeah.
It
The
was nice.
TF Con, I think she went to one with me. I can't remember which one. She went to all, like, she went to NJCC one time with me. She went to all of them, like,
Hmm.
once. But then after that, no more.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good.
I'm sick and tired walking in circles looking at toys.
That's true. Oh, that's fun time, man. So why everybody knows you a little bit because of chairs.
Hey, yes,
Why
yes.
why is that, Dom?
Because I guess there was one convention where I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I couldn't stand as much as I
Oh,
wanted to.
I've been there. I've been there, dude. I know.
So I was there was a competition for a chair, like the one sold extra chair that was there at a table. So that we were, I forgot who was dealing at the time. I wasn't me. I brought some stuff to put on somebody's table,
Was
but
it
I was.
NJCC? I
I
guess.
think it was an NJCC. Yeah, it
Okay,
was definitely NJCC, and
gotcha.
dust. That was a little dustium that he basically spread
Oh
on
yeah,
me and said,
yeah.
Dom in the chair, because every time he walked into the room, I was in that chair, and I'm assuming I think he was jealous because he wanted to be on that chair too.
That's a possibility. I mean,
So
he's
that's what I'm going with.
he's kind of salty. He was probably upset. He's like came in like, God,
It's like,
dude, let me
damn,
get the
Dom's on that
chair,
chair,
man. I'm
and then he
tired of
headed
walking
back.
around too.
Yeah, and then he headed back to the bar.
Hey, yeah, I get a drink and everything. So we got another question for you. What if you're okay? The only thing bad happened. I always say when I say this question is,
Mhm.
what would be your last meal if you could have? What would you have?
Oh God, I know I love peanut butter. Uh, that's like
Really?
my number one food that I love. I can eat peanut
Wow.
butter like for days. So I would probably be just a straight up peanut butter and no jelly, just peanut butter and bread. Toasted would
Really?
be nice,
That's
yeah.
kind of dry.
But that's
You
kind of
put
what I
bananas?
love.
Do
No,
bananas
no
or any fruit?
bananas in my no bananas in
No.
no
Straight
fruit, no
peanut butter.
nothing. Just straight up peanut butter
Wow.
and a
That's
glass of
cool.
and a glass of milk.
Yeah, you have to, cause yeah, that'd get kind of dry and everything. You'd be sticking to your roof of your
No,
mouth.
no,
And everything.
dude. Peanut butter is
So
my
that would be
that's my
your
thing.
last meal. Would be a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, peanut butter sandwich. Nothing special.
Wow, that is awesome. That is pretty awesome, man. I didn't expect that to come out of there. So, let's see. What you say your favorite character? So, this is kind of a weird, kind of hard question, but not hard, but it's saying. So, if you could go back in time
hmm
I've been saying for a week, but just say one day. Go back in time one day. When and where and what would you do?
Oh God, if I went back in time, I probably it's going to be sad, but obviously
No.
it's always sad with one of these questions, right?
Yeah.
Um, I would probably go back and my nieces. I have two nieces. I have several nieces now since I married my wife. She has two on her side, but
Gotcha.
my two nieces that I pretty much took care of. Like my brother had two girls. He
Hmm.
was pretty much in a bad state in his life, and they basically stayed with me and my parents at the time when I was living with my parents, and two wonderful girls. They amazing. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, their mother passed away when they were
Mm.
very young.
Okay.
She got into a car accident, so um, probably if I can go back in time, I would probably tell her not to get in that car that day for some particular reason.
That's
Because I
cool.
would love for them to have their mother in their lives because that she was wonderful. She was a wonderful girl, and I think a part of them would be a little fuller today if their
Hmm.
mother was still living. So that was what I would
Nice.
do.
Very nice, dude. Good answer. Good answer.
No problem.
So, David L., which I'm having him on tomorrow night, or tomorrow during the day. What's your favorite masterpiece? Do you have one?
Soundwave. Soundwave's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was. And I'm pretty much known for Soundwave because I was one when I think I started selling when that Soundwave masterpiece came out. So
Oh, okay.
I was able to grab a couple of them. So I was very very popular in the selling community because I always had a stack of Soundwaves because I kind of made my runs. That was like
Wheeling and
my
dealing.
yeah, that was my I guess claim to fame was that I was able to pick up like a lot of sound masterpiece soundwaves at Toys R Us. So
Oh, yeah,
uh,
with the tapes that came with all the. Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. So I was able to
Gotcha.
grab that. I was able to get it for a good deal because Toys R Us used to was like as not as strict as they were at the end, but
Hmm.
once you talk to customer service and get friendly with the employees. You
Yeah.
can try to find when the sales are coming, and they were more than happy to help you get those sales and work with you and stuff like that. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had to. I didn't get the sound wave. I'm the only MP10 I got. One of my boys, Mike,
yeah,
he saw one in Toys R Us and he put one aside for me. And I told him I never saw MP10 at all in the stores at all. I did see
yeah.
Soundwave, but I passed on him. I saw Grimlock too in that little weird
Oh yeah, and the
pyramid thing.
pyramid. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him one time. I was like, I'm good. I had the Takara one, so.
that one was surprising because that one came out first out of a lot of them, and then
Mhm.
a lot of people bought that sound or that Grimlock because it was expensive. Don't like I think it was like 70, $80 at the
Yeah,
time.
like 80
So
bucks. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
Masterpiece wasn't like really taking off at the time, like because it was fairly new. So
Mhm.
nobody knew what the plans were for Masterpiece. So
Yeah.
not a lot of people jumped on. I remember we were clearancing that pyramid Grimlock for like $40 back in the day,
And they
40
did
30
the
bucks.
Seekers at Walmart.
Yeah,
I remember I got Skyward for like $10.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think Thundercracker and Starscream were also like that sales and stuff.
yeah.
And they,
Well, that's
I'm
what's
sorry.
always great about brick and mortar places. As toys are not becoming a big present in brick and mortar because there's more valuable stuff from a Walmart Target perspective to take the floor up.
Yeah.
It's just you can always find deals and clearance sales and stuff and get a really good cheap price for toys and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's true. Spartamus wants to know your least favorite MP.
oh, Bumblebee.
Really? Okay.
I Bumblebee is my least favorite character.
Oh, he's
I
trash. Huh?
was I was always felt them that
So
because
you're not excited for the movie then? I
no
guess you're
no
not.
no no like I love Bumblebee in the movie. Like I love not to the point where what they did with him, like, but his badassness. Like
Yeah.
I always felt like Bumblebee as a scout should have been a little bit more badass than he was in the cartoon. So
Yeah, he's the
because
weak
that
one in the
that was
cartoon.
what his scout. He was a scout. He was one of Optimus Prime's scouts. So
Yeah.
I thought he should have been a little bit more badass than like a little, I don't know, friendly kind of neighborhood, kind
Yeah,
of
no, he was kind. He was
guy.
kind of. He was a pushover. I mean, he was. It was fine. He had his little, spike and
But
everything.
I like the badass that they brought to the movie. But I just didn't like, some of the. He was, don't get me wrong, he was a good character in the movies. But like, I felt like, his non-speaking abilities was kind of lame.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, yeah, that's a good book. From the first one, they was working on his vocals. I'm like, how long does it take to work? I mean, they can
exactly.
change
Yeah.
all these. You can change, cars throughout in the different, all this stuff, but you can't fix his voice box. Come on.
It
I
was good for the first movie, but once like once he spoke at the end, I think like
yeah, it's like,
I
come
think that
on.
granted they might have not picked the right voice for him, but but he should have continued. Like he should have talked in the
I
second and
met the guy
third.
that voiced his
Yeah,
at
yeah,
BotCon. I got a
me too.
bumble
Yep,
he
yep,
signed to
yep,
him.
yep.
Brian, Mr. Brinks wants to know what's your favorite mythic legend figure.
The demons actually, I love the demons. There's in the 1.0 wave, there's a blue and yellow demon.
Hmm.
They basically have a great backstory. They basically were split. They were once one demon, a very powerful demon that was defeated, and when they was defeated, he split into two. And
Oh,
the two that he split into were the blue and the yellow demon. So
gotcha.
basically, if you are into Mythic Legions, a lot of customize. It's a customizing thing. So people have taken that one demon, whether it's the blue or yellow, and customized, painting it and made it that one what the one demon would look like, and there was some pretty cool customs out there for it.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So
I don't know anything about mythic legends.
yeah, the demons. I love the demons, and then the 2.0, the avid. The last one, the wave that we all pre-ordered recently,
Yeah.
there was a female demon, which she's red. So
Oh, look at you.
yeah, so
Perv.
they're pretty cool. I like the
Um,
demons.
well, that's cool. I don't know. I've asked people if I would get into it. People have asked me if I would get into them. I'm just like,
It's
I don't
just
know.
I was a big Dungeons and Dragons guy, so like
Oh, so that's
I
right
had the
down your
play
alley.
I had the play set, I had everything,
Yeah.
and then like I'm a big Lord. Like my wife is even Lord of the Ring, and Hobbit, so
Okay. Cool.
she even loves. That's the one movie that if it's on, both me and her will watch it. If Two Towers is
Uh-huh.
on, we don't change the channel. So
Oh, that's understandable. That's cool.
so
Mark 44 Prime. He wants to know what your holy grail in your collection is. So I'm guessing that G1 Soundblade.
no, that's not my holy grail.
Oh, really?
Which
What's
is
your holy
it's a
grail?
nice one. It's actually it's my Devastator gift set, sealed Devastator gift set.
Well, look at you.
Yeah, I have
You
it
mean the
signed.
Walmart one or the G1?
It's the G1 one. It's the
Okay.
G1,
Yeah,
and
the
I have it
Walmart
signed.
one.
I have it signed by all the voice actors. Uh,
Oh, really?
minus one, which he passed away unfortunately. So,
Oh, well, that's
but
awesome.
I got all the voice actors that voiced the individual robots and the one that voiced the Devastator himself. So.
Dude, I got to, man, get your stuff up, man. I want to see your stuff, man. Come on now. I definitely want to see that. You need to send me a picture of that Starscream, man.
Yeah, no, and I actually got Starscream's daughter to sign the Starscream, my G1 Starscream. So
Oh, the
she
daughter
was,
of the voice actor?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
she was at BotCon one year. She was there to
oh,
basically accept awards. I think Starscream was being nominated to the Hall of Fame, and she
okay.
was there to accept the award. And pretty much, everyone was looking for her signature, so I got up and I had her sign, daughter of Starscream, and she signed it. So,
Nice. I gotta see that, dude. But I would love to meet the voice actor, and
oh yeah, me too, me too.
I think that
But
would
that
be
was the great
cool.
thing about Bach, and I was always in line for all the voice actors that they brought on. Um,
I met Colin
yep.
about 3 or 4 times, and I actually got to meet him at the '09 one. He was standing out there, I don't know, smoking or something, doing something,
Hmm.
and I yelled at him, and he came over and we talked for a little while, and I got my
Oh, that's
picture.
great.
I have a picture of me and him shaking hands and stuff and everything.
Oh,
And
that's great.
really,
Yeah, I took advantage of when they did him and Frank Welker when did
uh,
Rhode Island Comic Con,
yeah,
and I went up there and they
that would be
both
cool.
were there signing, and I have a picture of me me, Peter, and Frank all together.
Nice. I would like to meet Frank. That'd be
And
pretty
they're
cool.
actually holding their G1 figures.
Oh, really? That's sweet, dude. And what's funny is that at that was it 10? I think it was in Florida or something. Um, I was walking. I've told the story. I think I've told it on the Sharecast.
Hmm.
I was waiting in line to get something signed, and I was walking up, and he's like, "Hey, Matt, how you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my God, Peter Cullen knows my name. I
Yeah, yeah.
forgot I had my badge on." And he saw my badge, and
Yes.
I looked down. I was like, "Oh man."
Well,
So
it's still special.
I know I was so. I mean, you want to talk about a little schoolgirl? I mean, just my whole life just flashed. I was like, "Are you kidding me? How does this dude know my name?" And I was like, "Oh." Anyways,
Well,
that's a funny story I always like to tell about when I met Peter Cullen. So, all right. So another question is, how did you get with the Breaking the Mold crew? How did you get on that show, man?
Uh, I guess we were all doing it like the hangouts. Like I remember when I got on when I got into the ROC, I was jumping on the Monday night hangouts because they used to do the hangouts right after the show on Monday,
Yeah.
and then eventually as the days went by, they moved it to Tuesdays and gave it its own individual day
Hmm.
where I jumped on a couple nights, and then it continuously became the same crowd, for a while. And
Right.
we all kind of, I remember there was like at one time, I think it was like Dave and Jose reached out to me and said, some of the guys think our show that we do on the Hangout is getting some steam, and
Yeah.
you guys are all working well together, and you're putting on a good show, and you might be it's not the Hangout anymore. I think
Yeah.
you got your special thing happening, and so they encouraged us to do our own show, and they wanted to put it under their under the ROC umbrella, and we
Yeah.
we were all game for it. So
That's cool.
Dave reached out to me saying, would you be in? And I'd be like, yeah, sure. And so kind of that's how it kind of went. And we started, and we live very close to each other, like not like as far like across the country or anything like
Yeah,
so.
you and Jose and Dave
Yeah,
and
so we're all in
G
the
Money used to
tri-state
live out
area.
there.
Yeah, so it's like we're all new, like Dave, Jose, me,
JD's in
JD's in
Philly
PA,
or
so
Philly, I
he's
think
not that
that's
far
right.
away.
Yeah.
So there's been numerous times where, I would say probably a handful of times where we all got together outside any
Hmm.
conventions or anything like that. I know Dave one time last Christmas, around Christmas, he had I think it was Halloween. It was around Halloween. We had a get together with the wives and stuff like that, and
Oh,
we
that's
we
cool. I would love to get
all
together with Dave.
all hung
I
out.
would be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's a fun guy.
We would set up a tent and I would actually tent with Dave if we could. Just gonna be, I'm putting that out there. I'm comfortable with my sexuality and I would not
It would be a
be
small tent,
hesitant.
right? It didn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be so big. The small
I'd be
tent.
hesitant. I would not hesitate to sleep in a tent with Dave. Just gonna put
Yeah,
that out
yeah.
there. I know
And
he's not watching, but
he has a nice little backyard that you can set up a little
oh,
tent.
that's nice.
Little
Good
tent.
job. That's good. And anyway, so let me ask you something about the fandom.
Hmm.
What do you think of the fandom now? Or is it positive? Is it negative? What are you, do you even pay attention?
Yeah, like I try to stay away from negativity as much as possible, and I don't know how you guys do it. Like I'm Dave gets on me a lot about trying to stay active in the groups and stuff like that. I'm
Mhm.
just too busy, like with work and everything,
Right.
and I love to I try to participate as much as possible, but I
Life
basically
happens. Life
life
happens.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was never into the like Facebook. I was never into it. I only solely started or got onto Facebook because of the ROC. So it's
Yeah.
and to get onto the Hangouts because that's kind of how they sent the link.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
I
remember.
actually was started. I used my wife's Facebook at first
Oh,
before I
really?
even created one myself. So
Okay.
it was something hesitant that I always wouldn't want to get it myself into. I never knew I knew I didn't have the time for it. I really didn't bother like putting myself out there as much as much as you can put yourself out there on
Yeah.
Facebook. But it's I think the fandom, like from what I've seen, like I and what I've heard, I think the fandom, especially Transformers fandom, I think they're just, I don't know. It's just I think they, bundle all the toys, especially from Chug to to Masterpiece, all at one, like
Hmm.
and they try to compare or want and disregard what they can what they can afford, and they feel like they want masterpieces at a certain price, and
They
they
think they're
they
entitled. Yeah.
yeah, entitled to the
Yeah.
point where there's certain levels to Transformers, and sometimes the lines are blurred a little bit between what a masterpiece is and what a Chug is, and stuff like that. So
Well,
they're all toys, but like at the end of the day, there is some kind of premium quality to masterpieces versus Chugs, and
yeah. Oh yeah.
where you want to get in between and stuff like that.
Yeah, but see, what the point I get, and sometimes I hear this and I see it throughout the thing, throughout the Facebook groups is people want all this stuff like Siege. Siege
Hmm.
is getting you more paint, more articulation.
Hmm.
They're a little smaller. I give them that, but they're giving you more stuff, and people are grappling about the prices now because the deluxe is $20,
Yeah.
everything. So I'm just like, so you want all this stuff, but you want it at the same price. It does not work like that.
Nope. Nope. It
If you're
doesn't.
going to make money, if a company's going to make money, they're going to have to charge more if you want this. They're trying to help. They're listening to their customers, and they're saying, hey, they want this, let's give it to them. But then you're still griping about the price
Yeah.
because they give you more stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
it's
come on
like
now.
anything else. If they, if like I always said, like if they like for Star Wars Black Series, like I was
Hmm.
always an advocate to where if they improve the head sculpts of Black Series, and
Hmm.
they charge $5 more to do it, I would pay it.
Yeah,
Just give me what I want, and if you want to charge me $5 more for it, then I'm game.
yeah,
Just give me what I want and tell me what the price needs to be, and if it's granted, if it's reasonable, it's fine.
yeah,
But
yeah. If it
like
gets ridiculous, yeah, then you'll see people that are not going to buy it. They'll be like,
yeah, yeah,
you did add a little paint, or different head sculpt, but you're charging $10, $15 more. Like, come on now,
yeah.
let's do it.
But
Um,
like I understand, like but like you're right, because what was the complaint with Combiner Wars and Titans Returns? There was barely any paint, barely any
yeah, a lot of
love put
waffles.
a lot of the waffles in there and stuff like that. And
Not a
so
lot of
when
articulation. I mean, they didn't
when they
have
actually
any tilts for the feet or anything. It was just
exactly
they would be at a stance all the time and everything. So
so when they listen to they listen to that, and they give you a line with that,
yeah,
and they said, listen, we're going to put more love into it and put more pain into it, and
but it costs money.
charge
You
you a little
know,
bit more. Don't
but
can't bitch and
I
moan
think this
about it.
line is I think this line's going to hit. I think it's going to be good.
I
I
hope
think
so.
that
I
I
hope
think a
so.
lot of people are going to. I think people are excited. I see people on the boards. There's still some wham wham, but
Yeah,
there's I see a lot of people that are really excited and love this, and so far have
I do.
opened door.
I do hope so that this just regenerates. What's the word I'm looking for? Rejuvenates
Rejuvenate. Yeah.
the whole fandom again, and do exactly what the classics did, if it can. So hope so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sportman's wanted to ask, what do you have a favorite official or third party release from this year?
Official. What is official? I enjoyed the Dinobot official. I mean, I am a
Okay,
Beast Wars fan,
nice.
so
Okay,
I wasn't at first. Believe me, I was G1 core hardcore. Didn't understand what Beast Wars was all about, and I went up to Albany one year for work, and got my hands on the Beast Wars DVD box set, and
nice.
started watching it, and kind of fell in love with the characters, and felt like this was a good show because of the character builds that they were doing, and but and then when, of course, when they tied it all into G1, it just pretty much put
Yeah, it
the
helped.
icing on the cake,
It
and
helped.
just
Yeah.
made it a lot better. And after that, like, I just enjoy it very much. So I collect the toys. I actually went back and got all the Beast Wars figures. So
Nice. I
so
clicked. I tried to get the Beast Wars. Dinobot will probably be in my top 10 for the
for the
2020.
year.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And for third party, I don't know. I enjoyed Quiet, since Quietist is the kind of like up in
Yeah.
front. But
Mhm.
did Omega come out this year? what was that last
Yeah,
year?
fancy. Yeah, both
Omega.
of them, Fast Toys and
Yeah,
Mega.
like so, like I like them all, dude. I do.
You like me?
I don't
Love
discriminate.
Transformers.
I don't discriminate. You know,
Yeah,
anything that can bring back some childhood memories, I'm all game for it.
exactly. That's a good.
So
That's a good thing. That's what I try. That's what I try to do with my reviews. Try to bring it back.
yeah,
Like childhood. With the floor time and all that
yep,
stuff. So I understand. I just love Transformers, and I think that's why. It's everything that I usually touch is usually I love
yeah.
because it's something. But
It's
there's
like
some
it
crappy stuff. But
like I was, I was very fortunate when I was a child. My parents were able to give me, get me these toys that I loved, and
yeah.
I played with them as a kid and had a great childhood. And I appreciated that. I appreciated the love and the willing to, give us what we wanted when we were kids. And
Yeah.
now when I grew up and dealt with all the hardships and the real world bullshit that you have to deal with, and
Hmm.
paying the bills and paying your
Yeah.
mortgage and all that good stuff, paying your taxes, and this
Yeah.
is kind of an escape for me. So like
Yeah.
to
It
go
is.
back and put a toy or look at a toy or handle it, play with a third party or a masterpiece or a chug, if it puts up a smile on my face, I'm happy.
Nice. Good answer. Good response. All right. So I got one more question.
Shoot.
We've been around 30 minutes. Where do you see breaking the mold in 5 years?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope we're still around. I definitely know that we're definitely going to be still friends.
Yeah.
After
I
all
hear that
said
a
is
lot.
done.
Yeah.
Me and Dave, we talk constantly. I always try to chat with Gary, about this and that. A lot of
Hmm.
things like people, and Deluxe
Yeah.
in regards to playing a part in a show.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
what you see on Tuesday nights, or what you hear on Tuesday nights,
Yeah.
the banter is strong, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? But it we all know that we all love each other to the point where
Oh, yeah.
we're
Oh,
brothers,
yeah.
and sometimes we'll crack on each other, joke here, wise, joke there, what that
Hmm.
maybe hit close to home in regards to some of our personal feelings about the subject. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we know that we're just doing it all good and fun, and that's kind of the way we do it, and how I handle friendship.
Yeah.
um, I love the way the friends I tend to put around me is the friends that can tell me the stuff I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
The
Give it
the
to you
people,
straight.
yeah, the people who can give me some feedback that doesn't necessarily make me happy, because
Yeah.
that's the only way you grow.
Exactly.
My father was like that. So like he would never soft or sugarcoat anything. He would
Hmm.
always tell me straight up, what I'd be doing wrong or what I'm doing right.
Right.
So I like friends that do that for me, and you know, the ones that I keep close are the ones that kind of give me that type of feedback and that type of behavior and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So
That's cool. That's awesome. That's what you need, man.
yeah,
Uh, Brian asked me when am I bringing my beard back? Probably never. I don't know. I get lazy and I don't want to shave. And Brian wants to see you grow a beard.
I would love to grow a beard, but after I can grow one fast. I can
Hmm.
probably within 3 days. I got a good one going. But unfortunately I have kinky, like very kinky hair. Like
Uh-huh.
it's very rough and doesn't really feel soft or nothing. And it's just
Ah,
if I grew it
gotcha.
out, it would just look disgusting. I think.
I got you. I got you. That's fine. I grow mine grows out and I got a gray patch and
Yep,
it
yep.
looks like a cum stain, basically, to be honest. And I'm just like every time I look, I'm just like, I wish I
I
I
do like
could paint it or whatever, get some hair from it or whatever. I don't know.
as the years went by, my wife is noticing some of my chin hair as turning gray. So
Yeah, mine's
it's
that little right here. And my wife always points out I got gray hairs in my head. I'm like, no, I don't. Shut up. Anyways, but anyway, but hey, thank you so much. It was
oh, thank you
awesome.
for having me
I
on,
hope you
man.
had a
This
good
is great.
time.
Yep, yep.
Um, I want to say thank y'all to everybody that watched. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button. Like I said, it helps
Yes,
the
hit it.
channel and all that stuff. And thank y'all very much for coming in. And like I said, I tell everybody if anybody wants to come on, hit me, slide in my DMs, do whatever you gotta do. I don't care. just hit me up and we'll set up a time and
Just
date and all that stuff.
make sure you pay that 200 entry $200
Yeah, you have
entry
to pay the
fee.
$200 because I gotta keep the lights on.
Yeah, like
I got
yeah,
everything. But
exactly.
dude, tell everybody where you're at, all that good stuff, and
No problem. Yeah, I'm at Dominic Ross in the Facebook groups. No clever name that I have. I'm unfortunately, Big Dom or but and you can also find me. I do have an Instagram account. I'm Dominic Rosso 86. 86 is my football number that I wore through high school and college. So,
nice.
but you can find me on Instagram. I don't barely post. I pretty much don't post anything on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't
So
see you. I don't see you.
yeah, so I got it. I'm going to try to be active. Maybe once I get my displays. I did have a display, but once my wife came into my my picture, I had to give up my display room.
That's understandable.
So it was her. It became her room, and my storage room became, just more of a storage room.
Cool.
So,
Okay. Well, that's
but
awesome.
yeah, that's where you can find me, guys.
So Sportimus, yeah, just hit me up. Thursday, maybe. I don't know. Let me see if I have anything available. Just hit me up, or are we friends on Facebook? If we are, just slide me a note or a PM or something, and we'll start from there. Or just hit me up on the on my one of my reviews, or something. Just respond, and we'll talk or something like that. So, and like I said, thank you very much, and Dom, thank you very much. Had a great
Thank you,
time.
my friend. Thank you.
You are welcome back anytime you want to.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Yeah, we can chat it up a little bit more.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, we can. I'll invite anybody back, and I'll invite anybody on. I don't care. I'm happy to do this. I love doing it. I like to get to hear people's, different, responses and all that good stuff. So, all right. All right. So I guess I will see everybody on the next review. And as always, Hell Hasbro, and good night.
Hell Hasbro.
Yay. All right. Let me stop broadcasting.